before. Welcome to my store.
My name is David Berbia, and I am the store manager of the original House of Wax. It helps me do everything here. I felt like every single job that I had always led up to this moment, I suppose, in hindsight. It just contributed towards building the business and the original House of Wax.
It pisses me off because David doesn't have to actually do the treatment, so he just assumes a name in the book is a name in the book, and that's fine. Michael can just do it. But when you're actually doing the work, it's a different thing.
Ask Michael how much he made today. He couldn't tell you.
So he thinks the work he does is sufficient, but when you're in treatment, it's quite different.
All he does is wax. Because I tell him to wax.
There's been times before when David's double booked people or overbooked people, and then I just want to rip his fucking head off.
I find it's very difficult to manage the House of Wax. Whether it be, I've never been a manager before, I never had one of those roles before, so this is all self-taught knowledge.
Depending on the day that you catch me, I'll either be like, wow, David's so good, or I'll be like, throw in the bin.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to serve customers. I've always hated retail, like it was never my dream job to be a retail assistant. I think my customers get a lot from being here, in the sense that a lot of them, they come for a wax, but they're here for 4 or 5 hours after their wax. And I've got 10, 15 other people coming in thereafter. So there must be something that we're doing right here, and I've just always thought that it's customer service. Be good to your customers and they'll be good to you. I think our customers always come back because we're very good to them.
Without David around here, I just wouldn't know how this place would run.
Michael and I have been doing this for 7 years. There's nothing we haven't seen. I would marry Michael in an instant, but there's a few things I need to do beforehand, such as ask for his parents' permission. Michael pisses me off all the time.
Yeah, so David plays an important role here, from things like cleaning and making sure the space is perfect for people, to doing all the bookwork and making sure everything's in order.
If I dig deep down into it, it's really just a whole bunch of name calling. I think it's just the stress of like working together, living together, family. There's a lot to keep up with. It's not easy. Some days I wake up with such anxiety, just having to open the store or just having to be here. It's a number of factors. It's just I don't know what the day would bring. I'm always worried.
What are you worried about?
Just life. I'm always worried about just life. I don't know what today's going to bring, tomorrow's going to bring, next week's going to bring, what's going to happen next year. It's always different. You know, if you look at your life in hindsight all the time, which is 2020 as they say, you could see a lot of things that you would do differently if you knew.
What did you think of the yes vote?
I didn't really think that much of the yes vote deep down. I knew it was something that was inevitably...
What did you think of the yes vote?
I didn't think much of the yes vote. What do I think of the yes vote?
Okay.
I think
relax.
Australia...
Drop the attitude. The world would like to know how voting yes changed same-sex marriage.
How did voting yes change same-sex marriage?
In Australia.
In Australia? I mean, what a stupid question when you think about it. Did you hear that question when you asked it out loud? I don't think it really changed same-sex couples, like the principles that... Why do you interrupt me when you're asking a question? How did it change it? People can get married now. Same-sex couples can get married now. That's how it changed it. You're stupid. I am the best at washing windows. Let me tell you, I was taught by a Portuguese how to wash windows. I mean, I grew up in like a divorced family, if you will, like 2 separate homes. So I was with my mum Monday to Friday, my dad Saturday to Sunday. It was good.
I knew that you wanted it by the way you were looking. I knew you would be here, and the reason is me. The way you touch me when you walk by, my heart stopped beating.
I mean, I grew up in like a divorced family, if you will, like 2 separate homes. So I was with my mum Monday to Friday, my dad Saturday to Sunday. We just moved a lot as children. It was just normal. So I think this is the longest place that I've ever been. What do I think of university? It's an incredible achievement in my personal journey, because I dropped out of school when I was 15, 16, so I always had this thing that I wasn't smart enough for the world, or I couldn't do much. So it was hard for me because I always felt stupid. I always had this longing feeling that I needed to do more, or I needed to learn more, and I just couldn't get it from anywhere else. You know, like no matter what I did, no matter what I tried, I just could never be smarter. So it was tough.
Hi, I'm Beck. I am a disability support worker. Before that I worked in aged care, and I'm also studying nursing.
How you going?
Good, how are you? Beck's a really good client of mine. She's been coming here for a while now. I like Beck so much. I always call her Drew Barrymore because I think that's who she looks like.
Today I'm getting an eyebrow wax and a tint on my eyebrows. I just work and study, and that's it. I have known Michael and David since they opened, so for about 4 or 5 years. I found Michael through a friend who was coming here. They recommended me to come here, so I came down with her, and yeah.
Beck's getting her brows waxed today. She's a regular client of mine. We tend to do a tint on her just to pick up all her blonde hairs.
Dad and stepdad,
Yeah.
and they compete for like the children.
Oh, I
So-
haven't had it.
Well, lucky because you've been working with this wax for a while, you can rip it off without sort of...
Ripping the lashes.
Yeah, lucky. Like it's pretty gentle, this wax. Very good, honey. A little bit of a tweeze now.
I call Beck Drew Barrymore because I think that's who she looks like. Some of my clients here, I call them after celebrities because that's what they look like.
I just used to go to the places in the shopping centres, the nail salons in the shopping centres.
Like, I've got one girl, for instance, she reminds me of Julia Roberts, so I call her Julia Roberts, and one girl, she reminds me of Emily Blunt, so I call her Emily, but that's not her real name. was just a walk-in one day, a random booking, and then over time we got to know each other. So it's like any client of yours, over time you just build a rapport with them and you get to know personal details and you just become friends.
This is Beck's favourite thing to do. Did you get that face? Can you believe that face?
Oh.
Have a look at his face.
Oh yeah, they're good. So you get all the little ones up here. Yeah, that's good. Great. Yay.
Is that good?
Yeah, they're good. Oh, they're good. Thank you.
So much better. Now we can see them too.
They look, yeah, you can get all the baby ones up here.
That's it, yeah. It just looks so much nicer now and they look thicker.
And the colour too.
Yeah.
Is good.
How's your lip feeling? Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You too. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, honey.
That's okay. Bye.
Beck was really happy. She looked really happy with her service today. She's a regular of mine. I really like seeing Beck.
Was it hard to wax back?
That's a shit question. Beck will always be back. Okay. I'm done with you.
What are the negatives of working with Michael? He's your partner. It's really tough because like we live in such a small space that when there's nowhere to go, there's just nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. So if you have an argument, there's nothing to do but leave or deal with it. And usually Michael and I deal with it. I go through this list of, how would you say, pre-divorce checklist, if you will. And I think of many things. I think of Michael and then what's beyond Michael, and what's beyond Michael is his family. What's beyond his family is the way that they would feel if this happened. So I always stop myself before I get too angry or before things explode. I always think of the bigger picture. Sometimes I just get really angry. Really angry. You just can't reason with me. You know, and it really takes a lot to get me to that level. It really does, because I think I'm the nice one. I'm not the nice one.
Your dog's fat.
The way you touch me when you walk by, my heart stops beating. I can't stop thinking and I can't stop seeing the things we're gonna do. I can't stop breathing, my body is shaking, the beat in me and you.
I love drawing. It's always been a passion of mine. I've always just drawn. I've always draw a picture. If I was in class, I'd always just draw. You know, I'd barely listen. I was never really good in school. It was not a place I thought I belonged in for a long time. I just didn't understand it in the sense where I didn't see its value at the time. No, I didn't finish high school. I dropped out in year 9.
Going to university and completing his education is so important to David. I've always known that from day one, so I've tried to support him as much as I can in his quest to gain further knowledge in all the areas that he loves.
So I always felt stupid, like I just had to work, you know, and make money, and that was it. That was my life for quite a while, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. So university helped me a lot. I fulfilled what I wanted to do my whole life, which was just be educated, you know, like feel like I achieved something. Because I spent a whole lot of time not achieving anything, and it's really hard.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine working with anybody else but David.
When I look at my degrees, I feel a sense of accomplishment. That like they're nothing fancy, you know, but I never had the opportunity to go to school. So to put myself through it and have a business and a relationship at the same time, I couldn't do it without Michael. I couldn't, because he really pushed me through all of it. And it helped me with everything that I've done since, you know, it opened up my mind in many ways, and I'm grateful for the opportunity I've been given and that I've taken. And I just recommend it to everybody. Go to school if you want to. You can. There's so many positives. I've never had control of my life the way I have now. I always knew that one day I would be a leader of some kind, and to help lead Michael to where he wants to go is where I want to go, and I want to help him get there. I have everything I want, so all I can ask for is just, you know, world peace, happiness, rainbows and cupcakes. But I just want to progress in life further, and I want to take the House of Wax to its next level. And I want to be an international brand. I want a candle in every house. I want Michael to eventually do everyone's makeup in the world, but he's got a so he's like.
You're a pig.
Why do you speak over me?
I'm cutting your whole scene.
You're disgusting.
You're a pig.
Make me fucking cry, and then
Who wants to make you cry now?
fucking
I got everything I wanted out of you anyway.
more. Tips, Michael?
Don't fucking shake.
You better stop that there. That's so annoying.
We can cut it out. So, don't interrupt me, I'm not finished.
No, you're finished for today.
I was talking about video games.
I'm addicted.